Today's lesson is Rules of Exponents, and our goal is that we can multiply and divide expressions with exponents. As always, please pause your video and rewind it as necessary to re-listen to anything that you might have missed. I know you guys have a tendency to focus on getting your notes down, so you may want to get your notes and then listen to it again. So we're going to complete this table. So we're going to start with x squared times x cubed. In expanded form, this is x times x times x times x times x. The number of factors is 5, because there's 5 x's being multiplied by one another. And the product of the powers is x to the 5th power. Next we have 3 to the 5th power times 3 to the 2nd power. So this is going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So the number of factors is 7. So we would write that as 3 to the 7th power. All right. So the rule for multiplying powers with the same basis. So if you notice, here on the x's, we had x to the 2nd power and x to the 3rd power. And if you notice, we ended up, basically, we added our powers. And we did the same thing. We ended up with a total of 7. So if you notice, we add our powers. So the rule for multiplying powers with the same basis is that you add the powers. Okay, so we're adding the powers, and that's all we have on the slide. So, moving on, our examples. So we're going to simplify the expressions as single powers. So our first one, we have y to the 4th times y to the 3rd times y to the 7th. So we could write this out as y times y times y times y, and I'm going to lose track of how many times that is. But if we follow that rule that we just had, it ends up being 4 plus 3 plus 7, which gives us 14. So we get y to the 14th. And this next one, 6 to the 5th power times 6 to the 2nd power times 6 to the negative 3rd power. So we've got 6 to the 7th times, and then the negative 3. So we subtract, and we get 6 to the 4th power. So did you guys catch that? 5 plus 2 is 7, minus 3 gives us 4. So we've got 6 to the 4th power. Okay, so now we're dividing expressions with exponents. Okay, so we've got the problem 4 to the 6th power divided by 4 to the 2nd power. And if it helps you, write it like this. Okay, so it's going to look like 4 to the 6th over 4 to the 2nd. Okay, when we write it all out in expanded form. Are there any factors we can cancel or factor out amongst the denominator and the numerator? So I would hope that you're going to see this become a 1, 1. All right.
Good morning.
So we cancel out what we have. We cancel out the 2 4s on the bottom and 2 corresponding 4s on the top. So we're left with, go away. Okay, we're left with 4 to the power of 4. So the rule for dividing bases with the same power is subtract the powers.
Good morning. I understand I get to bring.
And our final example, we're going to rewrite these as single powers. So, we get to fill some stuff in too. So, we have 3 times, or 3 to the power of 2 times 4 over 3 to the 5th. So we do this, we get 3 to the 8th over 3 to the 5th, and we subtract and get 3 to the 3rd. And we're leaving it as an expression as single powers, so that is finished. And next we have, let's see, x over 6 plus 8, x to the power of 6 plus 8, and x to the power of 10. So we've got x to the 14th over x to the 10th, and we subtract 14 minus 10, and we have x to the 4th, and we are finished. All right, and now you have a game, and you are to match up your powers, and you guys can just draw lines because the game is drawn for you. So I'll let you guys do that. So pause it while you do that, and then I'm going to give it to you with your answers. And there are your answers. So if you have any questions, make sure that you ask them next time you see me. Thanks for watching.